Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the stories and mysteries behind everyday things, especially the stuff that makes you go, wait, why though? Today's question comes from our curious viewer, Capybara Lover 79. Thanks for the suggestion, Capybara. You asked, why is a wisdom tooth called a wisdom tooth? I didn't feel smarter after mine came in. Just sore and cranky. If you've ever suffered through a swollen jaw, an emergency dental visit, or the emotional damage of watching your friends eat chips while you're on a soup-only diet, you've probably asked this same question. So today, we're digging deep into history, language, and maybe your molars to uncover why these late-blooming teeth are considered so wise. Right here on Explaining Everything. Let's start with the basics. Wisdom teeth are those third molars that love to make surprise appearances between the ages of 17 and 25. Kind of like that one cousin who only shows up when there's food or drama. Humans typically have 4 of these teeth. 1 in each corner, hiding in the back like they're scheming something. And their timing? Impeccable. Just as you're entering adulthood, ready to take on the world, they show up like, hey, I heard you were making progress. Let me ruin that real quick. And here's the kicker. We don't even need them anymore. Our ancestors used to chow down on roots, raw meat, and whatever was lying around. They needed those extra molars to grind food like cavemen with a dental plan. But now that we have blenders, cooked meals, and orthodontists, they're biological leftovers, deliciously useless. Now, to the actual mystery. Why are they called wisdom teeth? Well, it's not because they whisper life advice while erupting, invest in index funds. Also, you're out of floss. Nope, it's actually because of when they come in. Back in the day we're talking way back, ancient Greek philosopher vibes. People noticed that these molars didn't show up until you were older. And older meant wiser, in theory. The Greek philosopher Hippocrates, the father of medicine, referred to them as teeth of late maturity. The Romans followed suit, and then in the 17th century, someone finally decided, hey, let's call them wisdom teeth because anyone who survived puberty must be wise now. Spoiler alert, they were wrong. Still, the name stuck, and today we call them wisdom teeth, not because they grant knowledge, but because they arrive when you're old enough to have some idea of what's going on, or at least know not to microwave metal. Functionally, they're about as helpful as a soggy napkin in a hurricane. Back in prehistoric times, wisdom teeth were great. Early humans had bigger jaws and rougher diets. Their teeth wore down faster, and having an extra set come in during early adulthood was like getting a dental bonus round. But as we evolved, our diets got softer and our brains got bigger, which meant our jaws got smaller. And now there's no room at the inn for those late-arriving molars. That's why so many people end up with impacted wisdom teeth, which is a fancy way of saying they're stuck and causing chaos. Thanks, evolution. At some point, wisdom teeth became like that one coworker everyone pretends to like, but secretly hopes quits. If they come in straight and don't cause issues, great. You win the dental lottery. But for many people, they come in sideways, crash into other teeth. or just decide to stay hidden like introverts at a party. Getting your wisdom teeth removed is a rite of passage. You're put under anesthesia, wake up confused, and then spend the next few days eating applesauce and asking your friends if you said anything embarrassing while loopy. You did. And yet, despite all the drama, we still call them wisdom teeth. Irony? Oh yes. Thick enough to chew. Not everyone has wisdom teeth. Some people are genetically toothless in the back. Scientists believe that's evolution's way of saying, "You're welcome." In some cultures, wisdom teeth are seen as a sign of maturity and strength. In others, they're seen as a sign you're about to spend money. There's a field of research dedicated to human dental evolution. Imagine explaining that at a party. What do I do? Oh, I study useless molars from the Stone Age. Want to see pictures? And finally, there's no proven connection between actual wisdom and having wisdom teeth. But if yours came in perfectly aligned, go ahead and brag. You earned it. So why is a wisdom tooth called a wisdom tooth? Because someone long ago decided that getting a new tooth during adulthood meant you were probably smart, or at least old enough to know better. Turns out, those teeth don't make you wise. They make you sore, swollen, and temporarily obsessed with mashed potatoes. Thanks for tuning in to Explaining Everything, the place where we turn your burning questions into hilarious deep dives. Got a weird question you've always wondered about? Drop it in the comments and you might see it in a future episode. Now go out there, floss like a boss, and remember, just because you have wisdom teeth doesn't mean you have to keep them. Your dentist may disagree, but your pudding budget will thank you. Catch you next time. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about here on Explaining Everything.